To help with final preparations for takeoff, please.
Thank you.
Anyone business class? Welcome aboard.
Hot. Two sides.